da 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 do 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 da 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 do do. All right. Da 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 do do do. Hey now. Da 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 do do. Mr. Kovacs Class. It's Mr. Kovacs Class. You might learn a ton. It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
Whoa. Hey fans, students. Yesterday was all about food. Let's change it up a little bit. Today we're going to talk about animals. Although to be honest, there are some animals that I think of as food, if you know what I mean. So yesterday you learned my favorite food was hot dogs. Hot dog is made out of bits and pieces of different animals. And I love hot dog. One of the reasons I love hot dogs so much is because they're so environmentally friendly. I mean, think about it. It's a slaughterhouse. When you kill cows and pigs and sheep for meat products, there are parts you don't use. A hot dog uses them. Otherwise, they'd just be thrown out. So eat hot dogs. You're recycling, kind of. Anyway, I like them with mustard and sauerkraut. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog. It's all right if you do, but I don't. Let's talk about animals. Today I'm going to share with you my favorite animals, and then your assignment today, right? The first 10 minutes of class will be me in this video talking about animals, and your assignment today will be to then tell me your favorite animals. So I guess it's important to first figure out what makes an animal, look at the different kinds of animals, and then I'll share with you my personal faves. And then you'll make a slideshow sharing with me your favorites. And then the last part 3 today will be to watch do the Ed puzzle of my favorite animal. You'll learn a little bit more about my all-time favorite. So it sounds good to you because it sounds good to me. And if it doesn't sound good to you, I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. Animals. You know, there are a lot of living things out there, but not all living things are animals. However, all animals are living things. So before you share with me your favorite animals, we need to figure out exactly what does it mean to be an animal. Right? Like, look at this earthworm. It's an animal, right? It makes it different from plants and funguses and bacteria. But what makes it different? One of the things that makes it different is it's organized on the inside. I mean, earthworms do not look like much. But if you really look at them closely, you'll see they have brains and nervous systems. They have hearts and circulatory systems. They have stomachs and intestines and digestive systems. They are fairly complex. That's a characteristic of animals, to be organized on the inside. Let's see, another characteristic of animals is they usually can move parts of their body. Earthworms are wiggly. This squid, of course, is swimmy. But there are some animals that don't move very much, but they have to be able to move part of their body. And the last characteristic is that they move in order to obtain food. Food is super important for animals because it's where they get the raw materials to build their own bodies, as well as where they get the energy to do it. Some animals themselves are food, right? Like hot dogs. Just kidding. I meant like guinea pigs. But what's weird about is some animals, when they eat food, they only like to eat plants. Some like to eat other animals. Some like to eat funguses. Some like to have all of the above. For example, I think I had a slice of pizza once that had plants, animals, and fungus on it. So here are my top 3 favorite animals. Number 3, the hippopotamus. Hippopotamus, the river horses of Africa. Of course, they're not really related to horses, but hippopotamuses are amazing animals. First of all, they're mammals. And we usually think of mammals as being cute and furry. These guys are huge and not that furry at all. Secondly, they live in water, which is weird because they breathe air. So it's like they live and spend almost all their time underwater, but they have to come up just to breathe. It seems like it's so inconvenient. The other thing that's weird about hippos that I like is that even though they live underwater, they are not good at swimming. In fact, they basically walk along the bottom of the river. They don't swim very well at all, which is weird. You would think that if you lived in water, you'd be better at swimming. Of course, their closest living relatives are modern-day whales, which if you think about it, they're weird too, because whales also live in water, but breathe air. But unlike hippos, at least whales are good at swimming. My second favorite animal are the blue-footed boobies of the equatorial regions of the Americas. And boobies are fascinating to me. And look at this nice pair of boobies. It's really, and we're going to spend a lot of time talking about boobies in class for sure, and their importance to us. But my second favorite animal, the boobies. And my number one all-time favorite animal is the mantis shrimp. Now, the mantis shrimp lives underwater, and he breathes water, right? He's got gills. He sucks oxygen that's dissolved in ocean water and sucks it out through his gills, so he has oxygen to get energy from the food that he eats, or she. But what I really like about the mantis shrimp is a couple things. Number one, look at those eyes. Those eyes are so incredible. First of all, they look beautiful. But like you and I, we can see colors because we have 3 different types of eyeball cells. And so they collect light. And if you combine the 3 different types of ways we can collect light, we get the rainbow of colors, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. I don't know, something like that, right? Dogs actually don't see color as well as you and I do. They only have 2 receptors. So their rainbow looks much different. The mantis shrimp has 16 receptors, so they can see colors that you and I can't even imagine exist. Can you imagine that? No, you can't, because you can't imagine they even exist because you don't have the receptor. It's unbelievable. And then, of course, they are predators. They eat other animals. They like to eat crabs and shellfish, like things like other shrimps, and they like to eat clams too and mussels. And when they find them, the way they eat them is they break them apart with those little clubs in the front of their bodies. They smash them. But what's really cool is they can move those clubs so fast that even if they miss, the little thermal bubble in the water caused by them moving their little club feet could smash through clam shells. I mean, they're just awesome. In fact, they are notoriously hard to keep in an aquarium because they tend to smash out of the glass of the aquarium. People in the aquarium business call them thumb splitters. I wonder why. Anyway, those are my favorite animals. I can't wait to see your slideshow today. It shows me your favorite animals. Remember, you open it up in Google Classroom. You follow the instructions. Each slide, it's like a template. And and then when you're done with the slides, the third part of today's lesson will be, you'll watch a little bit more about my favorite animal, the mantis shrimp. So I got a little mantis shrimp friend here saying hello to you. So your task today, number 1, you watch this video. You watch it through Edpuzzle so you get credit. Number 2, you make your favorite animal slideshow. You'll open it up in Google Classroom. You'll follow the instructions on the template. And you'll submit that to me. And then number 3, you can watch an Edpuzzle with questions that'll be graded about mantis shrimps. Anyway, after that, it's the weekend. It's Friday. Oh, and your last assignment? You must watch the Friday song. How else will you know not to come to school tomorrow?
Da 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 do 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 do. Da 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 do do. All right. Da 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 do do do. Hey now. Da 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 do do. Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
You might learn on time.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
He's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.